Oh, this is an interesting question. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Well,
Let me message someone.
we can start the second question first. Are there that many people still buying the game? There's a lot of people buying the game still. I don't remember when we released the numbers last time. Maybe we should do that soon, actually.
Yeah. And
Because-
I got an update on the numbers recently.
Yeah.
And
Because we intended to update you guys on the numbers, but then for some reason we
I
forgot.
don't know. We just don't really think about it. Also, we have this weird thing at I think there's like quite a few of us that have this weird thing where it's like, it's kind of wanky to like, for us to be like,
Yeah, be like, oh, look at us.
We sold like whatever. But having said that, though, I see like other studios do it, and it's not wanky when they do it. So this is like totally like, it's totally like in my own head, right, or in our heads.
Yeah.
So maybe it's completely fine. But the reality is like the sales of the game are quite good.
Yeah.
And you know, like there's an argument to be made that like, well, maybe we should have wrapped it up sooner or something, because like, you know, as things go on, we have to pay more, right, to keep development going. But the reality is the support has been so good that we can just keep going like this for the time being. So that's pretty cool. So thank you everyone for the support.
For sure.
I don't know if we can talk about the numbers, so I won't, but
No. And like just the fact that we've been on Steam's like 100 most played games for like since we came out, I think. We've been on that list, like both concurrent and like like that.
So
is
yeah.
It's a pretty good like indication, at least I'd say. Maybe it's not, if you're not into game development, it's not super like obvious, but like if a game is in the top 100, that game is doing pretty like fairly well off. Yeah.
Maybe I should make a video about this. Maybe I should get some approval of what we can and can't talk about, get some numbers down, and then talk to you guys about it, because I've heard some numbers of like various statistics recently, and they're mind-bogglingly good, you guys. So
well, you can always argue like, but this game sold this much more, and like, yeah, sure, but like
it doesn't matter.
From our point of view, we've sold really well, like from like our studio size and like what we set out to do with the game. Like, we've done well.
Yeah, so we'll see if something like that can happen. But at the end of the day, thank you all. It's because of your support that we can keep doing this. Game developers are very, very, very rarely, I would say like 90% of game developers are not in the position that we're in, maybe even more, because there are so many devs who like try starting studios and it doesn't work out. It's like really tough. So we're insanely lucky to have the support that you guys have shown. So thank you.
I want those numbers in the desk by the end of the day.
Yeah. And you guys are helping content creators. That's kind of true. Yeah, we highlight content creators and we do what we can. Maybe, I don't know. I always feel like this is just my brain. You guys have probably picked this up by now, but I'm always thinking, well, we could do more, but we could do more. But at the end of the day, we have helped a lot of content creators. A lot of content creators have we're like full time now from Satisfactory.
Yeah, it's super cool. It's like one of my favorite aspects.
They do other games now as well, which is really cool. They don't just have to do Satisfactory. They're fine doing whatever they want now. Yeah, that's great.
Shout out to Total who just got 100k subs on his YouTube. It's like milestones like that is my jam. I love seeing shit like that from people who've streamed our game at some capacity, like regardless if they're only streaming Satisfactory, like I'm only making content for Satisfactory. I don't really care about that. I care about the fact that we've had people in our community and like that manage, like the fact that people can make like a career out of anything we've made is super cool, I think.
It's bananas, yeah. And it's just even better at the end of the day, right? Like it's not always, well, I don't know, to me anyway, it's not always about the money, right? It's like what has happened, right? So like over this early access period of time, there's a game and it's sold enough that it funds the salary for like 30 or 40 people plus secures a future as well. But not only that, it gives you guys something that you've done all this time. We've been fortunate enough that Coffee Stand Studios has like let us do this community management thing. So now we just have these fun moments together as well. Like that's not money, right? But it's like really, really special moments, right? Like that's important and valuable too. And then we see content creators who are succeeding, right? That's like valuable as well. Like there's so much value in all these different ways that we get from this whole journey. So it's really, really sick. It's not just about like the money. So
And you can always, well, yeah, that's the thing, right? Because you can always argue that like those things always goes back into the game in a sense. Like if you have a really successful YouTuber or streamer that streams Satisfactory, then we'll get more sales because people discover Satisfactory. Or like maybe that's true. There's no like hard number to like say whether that's true or not, really. But I think the whole idea of like the whole trickling down of we made a game and that game itself helped people, you know, do something with it. Like, I think that's more important. And that goes more so into, like, us as developers, more so than, like, bang for the buck, or, like, we get money for investment on helping do. Like, I don't really care too much about that stuff. It's not, we're not doing it for the numbers. We're doing it for the...
That's one of the things that I also enjoy about the position of community management. I think it's a really general, varied one. There's a lot of different ways to do it, but the way that I view it is, being a community manager, I shed the responsibility personally of like getting numbers, and maybe other community managers don't do that. I have no idea what I'm doing actually, but what I sort of think is that like my job is to just inform and entertain you guys, and that's just it. And I love that. I love that I don't have to think about necessarily performance and things like that, because then you get weird videos like our patch notes videos, then you get like corporate structure videos that apparently performs. Like, you know, it's because we just think about, oh, what do people need, right?
Yeah.
And we just give that. It's fun. Yeah. It's really good.
And like I think that mentality by itself is like self-sustaining. So like you don't really have to chase the numbers to be self-sustained. Like you can you sort of get it by doing it that way.
Exactly.
But granted, that's like saying, you know, if you make a good game, you're gonna make money out of the game, right? Like, you can't really say that either. But I don't think
it's not always true.
But it's not always true. But I think in our case, we have the luxury of not having to focus on the numbers too much.
Yeah.
And like that helps us do the thing that we're doing. So like we're in a good spot.
Super nice. Yeah.